welcome back to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm back today with a pick a card reading for you. A big welcome back to my beautiful returning subscribers. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for your wonderful support of me. You guys are amazing, and I'm just so lucky to have you as part of my soul family. I want to thank everybody who also included themselves in the poll that I performed. I was asking which topic you guys would prefer me to do next, and this was the topic that was chosen the most. So today's topic is actually about what was left unsaid between you and the person on your mind. So if you are finding yourself here to this channel for the very first time, we would just like to welcome you here to this space. Please pull up a chair, grab yourself some snacks and a cup of tea, and we'll have a little chat because we're all friends when we gather here together. So as I said, today's topic is going to be about what was left unsaid between you and the person on your mind. So this could be a no contact situation that you are thinking about right this moment. We have 3 piles for you to choose from today. We have pile number 1 here with the malachite and the foggy bog patience card. Pile number 2 here with the blue aragonite and the phoenix transmutation card. We have pile number 3 with the red carnelian palm, and we have here the raven spirit truth for pile number 3. These are from the Sacred Forest Oracle. Beautiful, beautiful deck. So whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, there may be a message waiting from Spirit today, and I'm going to jump right into pile number 1. Again, we're asking about the person on your mind. What was left unsaid between the two of you? Pile 1. Hello, pile 1. You were drawn to the beautiful green malachite, or perhaps to the foggy bog patience card here from the Sacred Forest Oracle. And this is a very interesting card. Sorry, my throat's closing up already. A very interesting card to pull for this topic, because today's topic is all about what was left unsaid between the two of you, and I feel like there's a lot left unsaid between the two of you with this card here. The foggy bog patience, you can see this, I don't know what it's called, an egret or a stork, I'm not sure. But it really talks about emotions and how, you can see it standing in a pool of water, and when water becomes really condensed, it fogs up. It obscures the true reality, the true shape of things, and it stops us from being able to move forward. And so this person could have a really difficult time even moving forward here. And it could even really indicate that there's a long period of no contact between the two of you as well. So we'll take that into consideration as we follow along with your reading. What was left unsaid between you and the person on your mind, pile 1? It's almost like they were afraid to truly step into this or really honor their feelings, and because of that, it's like they cannot move forward. They're having such a hard time seeing clearly. What was left unsaid? We have the 8 of Swords. Oh my goodness, 2 of Wands and the 4 of Swords coming out. So what they really want to start with saying is, I didn't see what was sitting right in front of me, and I didn't realize that I had such a time crunch on my hands. I didn't have such a time delay. I didn't realize that things were pressing in nature. I didn't see you for what you truly are, who you truly are in my experience. And even if I did see it, I was too scared to act on it. I really wore masks when it comes to my feelings for you, and I suppressed them, and that has left me in a shade of gray ever since. Very same energy for me with this hermit, with the isolation, with the loneliness here of this egret, and how they are still very, very focused on you. It's like you represent how their battle with their ego has gone so far. You represent challenges that they just rested upon, and they never jumped or heeded the call when they had their interest in you, and they're still holding on. Nothing has changed for this person. That's what it feels like. Nothing has changed for this person. We have 3 of Cups on the back of the deck. They also want to say that I miss being friends with you. It's like we were friends before any of this ever started, and I really miss that. We have the Knight of Cups reversed. They want to say that they assumed in the past of this connection that it was unrealistic for you to feel the same way. And so they self-sabotaged. There was even times perhaps that they were not very nice to you. There were times they were saying this, sometimes that I gave the impression that I was not interested at all. And I was might have been a little bit cold about it, and they want to come forward with that apology as well. They want to apologize for their lack of effort. Because they let their emotions get the better. Yes, this definitely could have been a friendship. But here's the Two of Cups with the Three of Cups. Because they're saying, I wanted more than friendship with you. But I let all of my fears get in the way. I let myself truly be my own worst enemy, and I let myself get in the way. And now all I can do is pontificate upon what could have been in this connection, what we could have grown together. And I keep hearing that Adele song, we could have had it all. We could have had it all. It all. Literally, it all. And that's what they think about. Like, if I had just been a little bit braver, I could have given you the security you're wanting. I would have given you anything. And that's what it almost makes me want to cry. It's like, I would do anything to make you happy. Absolutely anything. And I let all of my overthinking and all of my fears and all my worries get in the way of action. And now I'm stuck. It's like a depression or an anxiety. It's like a prolonged emotional despair. And again, nines, I'm holding on. I'm still holding on here because of what I potentially lost holds so much weight. They also want you to know that they've worked really hard on themselves. And I feel like almost on a physical sense, they've worked really hard on themselves and that they've changed a lot as well in a physical sense. But emotionally, they're the same person. You could have gone to school with this person. They also want to say that in the past, they really let jealousies and competition get in the way of their actions as well, which has left them sort of with a bit of a big chip on their shoulder here. What was left unsaid? They didn't have the confidence. It's like they didn't have the confidence. And yet they may have come across as someone in the past as well that was kind of boastful, but it was overcompensation. That's what they're saying, is that because I feel like this could have been a very popular person and there was no reason for them to really stop themselves, because you probably would not have rejected them. But that was the confidence that they show to the world is overcompensation. We have here, leave the past behind. And we have here, detoxify. They really want to say that this has become a bit of an obsession. And they recognize that they can't move forward emotionally. And that they're stuck in this shade of gray. They're stuck in this fog. And they don't know how to execute themselves out of it. And so they feel like they really need to release it. They need to overcome this situation. We have release control on the back of the deck. Was left unsaid between the two of you. Be more selfish. And what do you even see in me? And it was reversed. Because I feel like they didn't think you saw anything in them. For someone watching, I feel like you were almost attached even back then, even in a school situation. There may have been other complications. I just wanted everything to be perfect, and I thought I had more time with you. And they really wanted to be the one that helped you build to this. They really wanted to be the one that would help you. It's like, I really thought that we could build together. And I feel like they just waited a little bit too long. We have one on the floor. It is, I see it as the Five of Pentacles. And it just feels so hopeless now. It's like there's nothing I can do about it. It's how they feel. There's nothing that they can do. They're still holding on. They could be sort of waiting for a sign or waiting for permission to come towards you, but they're still holding on. They think about you a lot when they're working as well. It is easier to fantasize than to make it real, But that's been their issue from the very beginning, is that it was easier for them to maintain a watchful position or maintain a crush situation, because it almost feels like they were crushing really hard on you. It was so much easier for me to just crush on you back then and just watch you than it was for me to execute change. And that's the exact same scenario they find themselves in now, because when we don't face our obstacles back here, they're waiting for us. Those emotional hurdles are still sitting there waiting for us to overcome. Back of the deck says, I want to grow old with you, but it's in the reverse. It's like they don't feel like that's a possibility at this time. What was left unsaid? You're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness and find your true north. It's reversed. We also have surrender, holding opposites and extremes of life. You're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness. And this person, I feel like they thought that they weren't good enough. Even though I feel like they're popular, I don't think that they felt like they were good enough, that they thought they were too weird, or they were too many, there's just, it's like they were out of your league. That's why they maintained this watcher position for such a long time. And this says, fall into my arms. Oh. It's like they wish that you would just literally jump into their arms. They may be waiting for a sign from you still to this day. And I feel like years have gone by. I feel like I'm looking at years stacked up against that tree. And years may have gone by here. But it's like they still would, they're still gaga over you. They still would fall into your arms. They would still be open to more in this connection in the future. What was left unsaid? You have here stingray. It's like they wanted to express everything to you. And because they didn't, everything's blocked up. And they're just suspended in that emotion. Suspended in that emotion. And it's like they're frozen in time. And when I see the bat, I often think of the hanged man, because they hang upside down, you know, and they only come out at night when they have to go off of their sort of sonar, or they have to go off of vibration to execute change. And that's why I feel like it's completely no contact situation here. And they feel like if they don't express themselves, they'll never be able to move forward. They're going to drown in this emotion, and it sounds dramatic and sad. This is what's coming through. It's like, I'll die like this. I'll carry this with me everywhere I go if I can't express how I truly feel at some point. And they're holding on. They're still holding on to this connection, to how they feel. What was left unsaid, please? I know I was a distraction from your pain. They do feel sort of overlooked. I want to be more than your friend. They may have felt like, and this sounds terrible, but I keep hearing the word emotional support animal. It's like they felt like they were your shoulder to cry on, but it's like you still weren't perhaps interested in them, or they didn't get the impression that you were interested in them. I wonder if you're happy without me. Whoops. I want to feel that way again that I felt with you. And I couldn't let you get too close to me. Otherwise, it would be a difficult situation for them to have to navigate emotionally, because they would have to challenge their ego. It was my fault, but I blamed you. So they had a bit of a chip on their shoulder when it comes to you in general, perhaps over the years, because they passed the buck for a while throughout this experience. Before their reflections have brought them full circle, they sort of passed the buck. Well, like they overlooked me, or they didn't notice me, or I made my feelings obvious and they never took the bait, or it was like a back and forth flirtation that never sort of evolved into something. So they went full circle for a period where they blamed other people for their own lack of effort. But they've now come to the realization that, you know, they created the shades of fog because their emotions were so thick and they didn't express them. So it turned into condensation, and they should have acted and pushed through the fears to create a new emotional cycle with you when they had the chance. And that's what they wish they could still do to this day. Let's get a charm bowl for you, pile number 1. Charm bowl, please. What was left unsaid between you and your person in the bowl? Queen of Wands, how attractive you are. Oh, they didn't. Oh, Knight of Cups, 3 of Cups reversed. They did not feel like they had the support from you. I feel like you might have spent a lot of time out enjoying the world with this person. So partying with this person, just social situations, school situations, and you were definitely out of their league. But I feel like you guys ran in the same social circle, but there was hesitation. They're like, I really was interested in you, but I was just so fearful of your reaction. And you were very intimidating to me because you were so popular, or you're so attractive. And I think I got friend zoned. That's what it feels like. We got friend zoned. I had no support in the situation is what this person says. It's almost like they're like, how could you possibly feel that way for me too? We have here the 8 of Cups. Someone who has walked away, who is not feeling emotionally supported. We have friend, like a friend, but it's actually deeper than that for them. We have Virgo and the yin yang. We do have the fish bones, but it's the white fish bones. Somebody who's seeking clarity, seeking peace, seeking, the truth. They still hold on. They're still in this shade of gray here. But there's a certain amount of release. I often think of the 10 of Swords about letting go of something that our egos become really transfixed upon. We have the chain, someone who's a little bit obsessed. Piano could be significant. We have the lips. You were very attractive to this person. You were a temptation. We also have here the sea star, the healing energy, wanting to heal from the situation, wanting to steer themselves on a new course. All right, pile one, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonated with you. And if it did, I would love to hear your story below in the comment section. I would love for you to subscribe to the channel, hit your notification bell and your like button. It really helps me to bring you guys more content. And if you do drop me a comment below, be sure to hit your notification bell so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check me out with my link below for a personal reading from Etsy if you're called to. But I really hope that you come back here for another visit at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 2. You were drawn to the blue aragonite, or to the Phoenix transmutation card, and this is your reading. What was left unsaid here? And the Phoenix transmutation card is all about rising out of the ashes and creating something new, creating something different. It's the 2 and the 9 equaling this 11, which is a huge gateway here. So this can really be an indicator that this person doesn't feel like it's done. They're like, there's so much that needs to be said that if we say it all, it's going to create something new. You could be on the precipice of big change within this connection, or this person could be sort of in a period of their life where change is really upon them. So they're trying to release some of the things that have been holding them back in the past. But this is very indicative of things not being quite finished in this connection, or the hope that things aren't quite finished in this connection. So let's take a look here and see. What was left unsaid between the 2 of you? 10 of Wands. They're like, how much time do you have? That's what they're saying. I've got so much to unpack here. I've got so much in my mind that I've been holding back for such a long time. Even amidst some of these wands, there's one sprouting a leaf here, because it's like I'm still holding on to the possibility that there could be more, that there could be change in the situation. They're protecting this connection too. That's the other thing, is that they are protecting this connection. We have the Strength card. Could be dealing with Leo energy. What was left unsaid between the 2 of you? We have the King of Swords. They want to say that I was afraid to tell you my truth at all. I was afraid. You can see here that there's fear in her eyes that the lion, the cat, the dog, whatever there is at her feet could bite her. And that was the fear. It's like, what happens if I wield my truth? I don't know what the consequences are. But now they feel like they've had to, not showing their hand of cards has cost them greatly. And they've had time to sit upon that too. You can see that this King of Swords is sitting on this stump that's been cut off, surrounded by all of these mushrooms, which is about a lot of slow growth. A lot of slow growth, so a lot of time in separation potentially here. And it's like they're ready to now to show their hand of cards. It's like, I have come full circle. I understand how I feel. There's the 9 of Wands, and I'm still holding on. I haven't let go. That's what they want you to understand. I have not let go yet. We have a lot going on here, though. I just saw the Three of Swords, the Judgment, the Queen of Cups. I'm not going to keep those because it's a lot, but we're going to put them back. But I do want to acknowledge them because there's a lot of sadness here with the Three of Swords, with the Judgment. This person has been able to recognize the uniqueness of you. They've been able to recognize what they kind of let slip through their fingers. And here with this Queen of Cups, you could be a water sign potentially. There's also motherhood associated with this Queen of Cups right now for me. And so you may have moved into a third party, but that's not for everyone. So they're holding on because they want perhaps to see what happens if your situation opens up the possibility for more. What's left unsaid? Nine of Swords. Oh my goodness, they're holding on. Five of Cups. See, she's holding a letter that's been ripped in two. Such a state of mourning. They want you to know that it was really, really hard for them. They went through a really difficult time after the separation. That it was really hard watching you walk away from the situation. And they tried to sort of distract themselves with other things. But ultimately, it all floods back to you. It all floods back to the same reflection pool, and you are in that reflection pool. We have the Ten of Cups and the Three of Wands. We have the Three of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. What they really wanted to say, what was left unsaid between the two of you, is the fact that expansion here could have built so much, and it's like it's been a very harsh lesson for this person, very hard lesson with this Nine of Swords. So like, all I've had is time to think things over and over and over, and I still can't go back and change things. And the truth is that they love you, and it's permanent. It's like that is the revelation. That is the truth, is that there is still love here, ever present, right this moment, in the present moment. We're not talking about love that they're carrying from the past. We're talking about profound love now, and that's the truth of what they're truly feeling. You are sort of the ghost from the past that haunts them. And perhaps vice versa too, because I feel like they haunt you. I feel like they haunt you too. We have the King of Pentacles and we have the Knight of Wands. They also want to say that it was their own insecurities in the past that stopped them from being able to wield action towards you. And for someone watching, this person says, now I don't have, at this moment in time, I have to only hold on because my position doesn't allow me to come towards you. This Knight of Wands wants to go charging in with a very sort of chaotic, impulsive energy, but the consequences to their position would be great. But they're holding on. They're holding on. It's not over for them. That's what they want you to know. It's not over for me. Here's the Eight of Wands. It's not over for me. Back of the deck is the Ace of Swords. And you can see on this Ace of Swords, there's this rose of hope. And when we see the red rose, it's this symbol of empowerment. You know, the color red is a color of empowerment in the tarot. And so it's this sense of like, the truth will set us free. The truth will set us free. And they want it to be mutual. They feel like the two, that's what they want to say too, is that I feel like this was mutual. And I want to know if I'm right. If I was carrying this burden all on my own, or if I'm right that it was mutual. And I do feel like it's very, very mutual here with the Hermit. Because they're saying that they've experienced a type of loneliness that they've never encountered before you. There's a type of and it's like they can't let go of the possibility that there could be more coming, because there's a pressure building for them. But I also feel like they feel kind of restricted from being able to execute change because of position. Here's the Justice, because they could be they could be involved. Potentially both of you could be hung up in a karmic situation at this time. So take it as it resonates. We have Be Humble. And this is the one situation in their life that has taught them humility. the most. Because I think this is the type of person that is used to sort of getting some of the things that they want. They're very smart. They're very direct. They're used to sort of seeing things come around full circle for them. We have Be Real. Back of the deck says leave the past behind. And there's all of these cards that are coming out. The Ace of Swords in your back of deck. In the middle you have your King of Swords. They're all, even the Justice, they're all about the truth. And the truth, they say, will set us free. And as I said, I deal with collective energy. So on one hand, there's the energy coming in saying, I'm not done yet. I'm still holding on. These nines are saying, this has not come full circle yet. I'm still carrying the weight of the uncertainty. I want more. And I'm just waiting for the opportunity, the gateway to create that more. But for others, it's like they're on the precipice of change and they know they need to release if they want to go into this change with a hopeful heart. If they want to truly embrace their present energy and their present position, they feel like they have to release this old energy. Just look inside between the two of you. We have here unsettled times, need to plan ahead. And we have here hard work ahead. Because they still have plans to hold on. They're like, I'm not done yet. I'm waiting for that 11. I'm waiting for that gateway. I'm waiting for my opportunity to wield my truth. The problem is that positions, ego get in the way of this. We have carrot, opportunity or windfall. And when I see the carrot, I think about a carrot being dangled in front of a cart. Wait, it's like a state of wait, a state of surrender to how things are right now, but it's not a defeat. It doesn't feel like they're throwing in the towel. It feels like they're waiting for an opportunity. We have the moon, changes in your life. And this moon also represents dreams of you that could potentially be coming in from this person, and also the desire to clear the air between the two of you. Back of the deck says older woman, dealings or relationship with an older woman. What was left unsaid between you and pile? Number 2, please. I could be your hero, baby, but this love scares me. They do want to say that, you know, in the past, they really let their ego rule the roost. They weren't confident that you felt the same way, but truly I feel like it was obvious that perhaps you felt the same way. I just dream and wish for everything. They still fantasize about you still. And I think we should see other people. So there may be third-party situations involved in your dynamics at this time. I have so much desire for you. And these may have been things that they didn't share with you. I feel like for someone, this was not a situation where you dated this person necessarily. I feel like it should have evolved to that. What was left unsaid? Past life connection. Now that card comes up as a 6 of Cups card, the desire for reunions. They also want to say to you that I will always hold you in a very special place. I'm yours forever. There's soulmate energy here. I can't come forward right now. Maybe stuck in a third-party situation, but the fact is that you are my soulmate. It scared them in the past, but it feels like they're ready to face that challenge if they're given the opportunity. And it feels like there's a pressure building for them here. It's like they worry that they're running out of time. And that's why I feel like there's longevity here. It's like they feel like they're running out of time. I wish I had fought harder for us. And back of the deck says, I'm coming. And I feel like there is something else coming for you, pile 2. I do feel like this person has intentions to speak their truth if given that opportunity. I do feel like in some cases your position might complicate things. And in some cases their position complicates things as well. What was left unsaid between you and pile number 2? Oops, I missed it. Judgment, 9 of Wands reversed, the Emperor. This person could have been a Taurus potentially. The Emperor is the sort of dad of the deck. So this person could be a father figure at this time. You can see he's dressed in red because he's feeling empowered with his age and experience to be able to execute more change now. But I still feel like there's a holding pattern. I feel like they're waiting for something to kind of come full circle with this 9 of Wands in the reverse position. And it's like they want to be able to charge forward. They're a little bit defensive. They're in a bit of a limbo with you, with the Judgment energy as well, because ultimately this person, I really feel like they want something more. On the end of that cycle with the Judgment, there's this call for rebirth, new beginnings. It's like literally coming back from the dead, you know, rising from the dead after a long separation. And it's like they're holding on. They're frustrated, but they're holding on. In the bowl, we have weakness is a choice. We have the, an I, an F. We have prescription here. So a prescription or a hospital nursing connection. We do have the lipstick in the bowl, which is a symbol of attraction for me. We have the honeybee, self-sacrifice, and working for the good of other people. So somebody could be in a situation like a karmic situation. We have the Empress, motherhood in the bowl, but also the Empress is a representation of abundance and of everything good about the divine feminine. So attraction, compassion. We have the guitar, and we have the heart here with the constellations. All right, pile number 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates with you. If it did, I would love to hear your story below in the comments section, and I would love for you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and hit your notification bell if you do drop me a comment below so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check me out on Etsy for a personal reading, and that link is below. But I do hope that you come back here for another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile 3. You were drawn to the red carnelian palm and to the Truth Raven Spirit card. And this is your reading. What was left unsaid between you and the person on your mind? This Raven card, you know, the Raven is has the ability to utilize its vocal cords and speak. And so there's a lot of truths that were never revealed in this situation, in your connection. And this card really speaks about how the soul loves the truth. And it encourages us to be fearless in our journey and follow our inner guidance when we need to speak the truth. So with time and space, it was a challenge for this person to be truthful with you. We're dealing with 32, with when broken down is a 5. And this is a very challenging number for us. It encourages us to be honest, encourages us to face our fear of competition, our fear of rejection, the insecurities that surround those environments. So this person had a very difficult time expressing the truth to you. And so let's see what their truth is. What was left unsaid between you and this person? What was left unsaid between pile 3 and the person on pile 3's mind, please? 7 of Pentacles. We also have the 8 of Coins. You may have met this person perhaps at school or in work, a work environment. And there may have been a very long time. Here's the Devil. There may be a very long period of no contact here. Because this person has sort of felt like this connection has ruled their emotions for a really long time. And it's had a profound effect, even though they never got what they wanted here, it's had a profound effect on their journey. And the decisions that they've made so far. I feel like this person's sort of at a precipice of change in their life right now, and so they're revisiting all of their old seeds that they planted because they're trying to figure out if they want to continue on the trajectory that they're on right this moment. And when it comes to their movement forward, this connection seems to impede that ability to move forward because they never expressed how they truly felt. And this seems to be sort of a bit of a theme because there's been a lot of suppressed emotions here about what was left unsaid on all three piles. It's not that they didn't have the power to speak, they did. It's that they allowed their insecurity to speak for them, and their insecurity didn't speak at all. And here's the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is a meditative card of healing, so that we can ultimately overcome our challenges and release potentially. But the problem here is that here's the Queen of Cups. She looks like a mermaid because she's this, it's like her love is tempting. Her love is still tempting even after all of this disconnect, even after all of the time between the two of you. And it's a lot, it's like they've come to realize they've lost a lot. There's that Queen of Cups, yeah. What was left unsaid between the two of you? They felt like you grew impatient with them. It's like they could feel your love slipping away. And still they can, it's like they felt like you grew impatient waiting. And they really allowed their jealousies, their worries, their fears, their own insecurities stop them from fighting for this connection. And now all they do, especially when they're working, especially when they're trying to accomplish something, they just overthink. They think and they think and they think and they think, because truly what they want is a transformation in your connection. But what Spirit says they need is an internal transformation first, because they're driving themselves a little bit crazy to the point of a bit of obsession. And that's what they want to say too, is that like, I was just obsessed with you, like addicted to you. And that's still maintaining to this day. It's like I still feel like I'm still stuck in that place. The Ace of Wands. And they wish that they had fueled that spark instead of putting it out. They really, really regret not acting towards you. And they are sort of coming around with sort of an excuse over the top and saying, but I was so intimidated by you. I was so not in your league at that time. And it's like they didn't put enough faith in you. And so there's a sense of that too, of like apologizing. It's like I didn't have enough faith in you to catch me if I took a leap. But I've seen the truth now. I see the truth. I see there's clarity that comes in for them. And they want to communicate it with you. They don't want, it's like they were saying, I wish that we could put an end to the no contact situation. They definitely want to put an end to how they're feeling sort of controlled by their emotions here, because they felt like that way for a really long time, and they feel like their emotions still rule the roost. Because this person sort of avoided the conflict back in the past, but that conflict followed them. The fear of leaping followed them down this course. Because they didn't leap with you, they were faced with the same fears and insecurities in every relationship since. And you represent the biggest challenge of all. And it's like I want you to know that they could be watching you, but I'm very focused on letting you in on my clarity. They want to communicate with you. They don't want this no contact situation to continue. They want it to end, because truly what was left unsaid is the fact that they're in love. And that love feels permanent. They're like, I'm holding on, but I built walls up of my own design. I built up walls. I didn't showcase my heart because I was too afraid of being hurt. But now I see that the risk was worth the reward. The risk in this situation was definitely worth the reward. And they didn't risk. And so that does plague them with a lot of insecurity to this day. We have keys on a ring, many options, decision, conventional, unconventional, stringing along, one night stand. And they may have treated you like another option in the past. But that wasn't the truth of how they felt. And they do want to come forward too with an apology to say that if that was the impression that they gave you, that they are really sorry for that, because you were not just another option for them. We have the dragonfly. Be lighthearted, finding out things coming to light, adapting, changing, and healing. They want to change how they feel today because they still feel the same as they felt back then when they think about you. When they think about you and your name is brought up, it swells up all of these emotions. And the devil energy is not a positive place for us to be in emotionally. When we feel so insecure in this realm, it makes us sort of look around us and try to find a scapegoat for that inner imbalance that is so off course. And we often sort of can't appreciate the present moment. And so this connection has had a profound effect on this person, rather, because they didn't wield their truth. You have planted very important seeds for this person's growth and ultimate awareness. We have here coffin. Endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, and transition. They want healing. They want healing. Ultimately, they want to be able to surrender to the flow of life now. They don't want to be in this place anymore. And they do feel like this connection from the past does sort of hold them back from being able to do that. They ultimately want some healing so that they can release and elevate and see things from a higher perspective. Because they claim that they've seen this situation from a higher perspective, and now Spirit wants them to utilize all of that energy to create change in their own experience and their own life. We have here, see the bigger picture, and that's what they want you to know. It's like, I've seen it now. I see the forest through the trees. I'm enlightened now by this situation. And I wish that I had expressed myself. Honor your feelings. I wish that I had expressed myself and spoken the world into being. I wish I just told you from the first place what I wanted with you. Because it's like simple words could have saved us so much strife. And yet Spirit, again, they come over the top and say, well, you had to experience this in order to have the epiphany in the first place. This situation has definitely humbled this person, and they continue to be humbled by it. And it teaches them a lesson on how to execute change in future situations that are very similar. What was left unsaid between how they person in their mind? The thought of explaining myself and apologizing scares me because I don't want to see the pain I've caused in your eyes. I'm a better person because of you. You really changed me. And you really have had a profound effect on this person. And they really wish they had told you the truth back then. Some people don't want to see us together, but I don't care. There could be third parties presently. This devil energy could really talk about attachments that cause insecurities or that could cause jealousies. And they're trying to avoid those feelings at this time. I've been expanding my spiritual knowledge because of this connection. You've inspired a lot in this person. You've inspired the reflection. I've thought about you spending time with my family and I. So this person could have moved forward into another connection. There could even be divorces here, so take that as it resonates to your situation. Back of the deck says, I was in denial. I was in denial about how I felt. I was in denial about where this could have led us. And that denial, and their denial of themselves, the denial of their truth, and the subsequent denial that they kind of forced upon you has definitely come back to bite them. What was left unsaid, please? There's no going back now. And I lied about my feelings for you. And I feel like they still feel the need to lie about their feelings for you, especially if they are in a third party. But they've come full circle to the truth. And I do feel like even their ego in the past played a big role in their inability to be able to be honest. I'm curious about what you're up to. I have so much to lose now. And they felt like they had a lot to lose then, although I feel like the ante has been upped since then. I fell so hard for you. And I feel like, again, they're watching you with that Ace of Swords, just because he's got that telescope just peering out. I am creeping your social media. Back of the deck says, do I think about you too much? And as I said, with that Devil in the center, a bit of an obsession, a bit of an obsessive energy coming through with this person as well. What's left unsaid, please? For pile number 3. Karmic relationships, Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, conflict. And there could be karmic relationships in place at this time that do prohibit. Again, it's like they have so much to lose at this time. I feel like in the past too, they were under the impression that this could have been a karmic situation, and they have come full circle with awareness that that's not perhaps what this is, that there could be something deeper at play. We have Whale and Orca elders, sharing your song, frequency of sound and diving deep. And they do want to say that what they didn't say was that I wish that I had been more aggressive, and I wish that I had taken a deeper risk with you and been more vulnerable with you, because they feel like you would have caught them with this really good heart of yours. They were intimidated, but ultimately the reflection has brought them full circle to recognize the goodness in your heart and the mutual feelings that you may have had for them too, because that's what they're really hoping for. We have star bathing, light body, crystal grid, transmission and activation. And I think about healing energy with the star bathing card. I think about the Four of Swords. I think about the star card. They want to heal some of this pain that they've been feeling. They want to heal some of the restrictions, the emotional restrictions that they have been suffering from since the past of this connection. Back of the deck says, cracked open, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. And ultimately, I love that these two cards came out together, because it's about cracking open the truth, cracking open the safes that we put all of our emotions into sometimes to reveal the truth to the situation. Let's get a charm bowl for you, pile 3. Charm bowl, please. What was left unsaid between you and the person on your mind? Whoops. 3 of Wands out of the bowl. 5 of Wands. I let jealousy, I let competition, I let fear get in the way. And I thought I had more time as well to make a plan, to execute that plan. And it's like over time, it's like they let the opportunity slip through their fingers. But they also want to say that I've grown up since then. I have more awareness since that time. And I see how things may have been perceived by you in the past. And that's something that they wish that they could rebalance as well. There's also a very sexual tone, I will say, to the Devil in the center, to the Temperance. These are with the Wands here. This person wishes to like explore with you in that realm, and they wish to sort of come together, because the Temperance card is all about alchemy and coming together and mixing together. And so that's something that they feel like kind of went unsaid or unfinished business in your connection. Could have been a very physical dynamic element. We have the communication bell. This person wants to talk to you. And honestly, I feel like this person may come forward ultimately and communicate with you in some way. We have K and X and D. Guitar pick. We do have the ornate moon, somebody who didn't reveal their true feelings. We have the big seahorse, going with the flow, surrendering to the flow. We have here the pineapple rune of friendship. Reunions as well. So this could have been a friendship situation that definitely should have evolved down a new path, a fiery path, with the Page of Wands, chili pepper. We have the bell of communication. As I said, I feel like communication could come in for someone watching. We do have Jesus on the cross, which is a sort of a hanged man energy of suspension and surrender, but also a self-sacrificed type of energy. So somebody in this connection could be currently in a karmic situation where they feel like they have to stay put for the good of other people, perhaps children with the little bicycle. It's also indicative of decisions we made in childhood or near childhood. So this sort of could have all been sort of spearheaded or started in childhood or in the past, perhaps high school. We also have a commandment from the Bible that says, thou shalt not bear false witness. I will not lie. I will tell the truth to you. All right, pile number 3. That's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates with you. I am praying for you in this connection. And if it did resonate with you, I hope that you will leave me a comment below in the comment section. If you are not a subscriber, please be sure to subscribe and hit your notification bell and your like button. It helps me to bring you guys more content. And if you do subscribe, be sure to hit that notification bell so that I can actually contact you if you're chosen the winner of the free reading giveaway that I do on a monthly basis. You can also check me out on Instagram. You can check me out on Etsy for a personal reading, and that link is below. But I do hope that you come back here for another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day.